Ever.
And clap. 2, 3, 4. And clap. 2, 3, 4. And kick. 2, 3,
You're getting
4.
your gym sessions. It's them bloody videos you've been doing, innit?
80s themed aerobics.
Yeah.
And kick those legs high, ladies. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello and welcome to the Midlanders Podcast. I'm Jodie Marie and this is
Nick. Hello. How are you?
Okay, so are you asking me how I am?
We'll
Or
start
was
that
you
again.
saying- No, it's fine.
I don't know what I was sounding like for. How are you? I was thinking I was in a video.
We can keep that in because we can just explain. We're so in ASMR, like ASMR mode. So we always say, "Hello, I hope you are well," or "Hello,
How are you?"
And we've been filming today, so obviously, yeah. So
Well, how are you actually? Let us know.
yeah, in the comments. But I'm fine if you're asking me.
Yeah, and I'm fine too.
Actually, I don't know if I am fine because I don't know if you've ever done this, right? But I travelled a whole hour without having my radio in my car.
It's just not normal, is it?
I drove in silence the whole way, didn't even realise until I got there.
But how would you even do that?
I must have just been concentrating that much on my route that I never even noticed. Has anyone done that? Like, do you prefer noise when you're driving?
Or did you have a sat nav on?
Yeah,
Oh, so
but not the noise from that. Like, nothing telling me turn left at the next junction. Nothing like that, because that's silent as well.
Have you ever done it before?
Don't know. Might have done and just not realised.
And you were telling me, weren't you, as well, that if you're on a plane?
Yeah, so if I'm on an aeroplane, like short flight, 2-3 hours, I don't have to read or anything. I can just sit there in silence. Like, and my sister finds that crazy because she's
So
like,
do I.
she has to have a book or something. But I'll just sit there
That's just... Is it,
or sleep. Is that what? Is that mad?
I don't know, like me, I mean, I've flown. I haven't flown very often, but I've done a couple of long-haul flights and a couple of short-haul about, well, France was the closest, and then a couple of three hours or so, and I get so bored. I get so restless and bored. But the good thing is now, a lot of them have, like, Wi-Fi and stuff on the plane that you can have. So, like, you can scroll through, like, socials and...
Never had that. I literally did
whatever.
nothing, Nick.
How?
Stared into space.
Well, I'm glad you can find it that easy to relax.
Just stared outside watching the world go by as I was flying high in the sky.
You were bloody high as well, weren't you?
Yeah, it's like I don't need that much of a distraction, I guess.
I mean, that's good, really. Me, I get so bored, but then I also get distracted really easily. And I can it would be different because I haven't flown for a very long time, so I don't know how it would be now. But I'd still have to be watching a movie or
doing something.
scrolling on my phone But even if I watch a movie on a plane, I get bored.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm constantly watching the clock.
I don't think I concentrate on the movie if I'm on a plane.
Yeah, that's my point. I don't.
I can't concentrate because I'd rather just be doing nothing, I think.
Listen, I'd rather just
I want to be
nosy
aware, I guess.
and know what I'm doing, yeah. But I can imagine myself now, if I was to go away, I'd probably be up to Wi-Fi and just watching TikTok or something.
Ah, yeah. That, never even thought about that. I was going to say something and I completely forgot.
I mean, sometimes I've been in a car and I've drove for a little bit without any sound on. But then I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Let's put some music on. Because I like to, like, bang the tunes and sing and everything.
No, so do I. Normally. I don't know why today I just hadn't thought about the music at all.
She was probably sitting there thinking, I'm going to be really relaxed soon.
Yeah, I must have been. Like, but also, I have an inner monologue, do you? Like where your brain talks to you.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And so I think maybe my brain was just chatting to me that much that I didn't really notice.
See, it's funny that you mention that because I wondered, it was probably not so long ago, is it normal to have that inner thing? Like, or was I just crazy? But then I was like Googling it, and apparently not everyone has the inner talk.
No, not
so
everyone
it's not
does.
normal. It's normal to actually have it. It's rarer to not have the inner thing. From what I was Googling, I might be wrong.
It is rarer to not have it.
But how do you not have an inside voice? What does that mean?
I know,
hear nothing.
You know, mine changes accents and everything. Does yours?
Yeah, mine's just on one all the time.
Yeah, like sometimes if I've been. Perfect example, when I spent a lot of time with Gisette, she's got a Scottish accent, and my inner monologue was talking to me in a Scottish accent like Gisette. And the thing is, I can't actually do a Scottish accent, but in my head it's as clear as day.
See, now saying that, if I imagine the person, I can speak in their accent in my head. I can't talk it in person.
Yes,
But yeah, so if I imagine you talking, I imagine you talking in your voice in my head, and it's so clear as day.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to say do certain things. Don't you think it's really weird?
Yeah.
But
It is, but fun.
I find it fascinating as well, though. Like, because I always think, because I know I'm a bit crazy, and like my brain is a little bit like, it's constantly having a thought in my head, and it was just like, it never stops. And like sometimes it's a bit too much. And I was just thinking, is it normal? And I was like, I really wish I had a normal brain, and you know what I mean? Because it's like constantly jumping from one thing to another. Like, and I could think about 50,000 things literally in a minute.
Yeah, you know, once this happened, it's only happened to me once, but my inner monologues, because there's sometimes a couple, one thing telling me one thing, they were arguing with each other.
Really?
I swear, Nick. And they were talking over each other in my head. That happened to me once. It's only happened to me once, but they were talking over each other, and I just thought to myself, shut up.
Were you stressed or?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I was just like, shut up.
It's weird because...
And then they went quiet, but they did. I have had that. I've had them argue and I've had them overlap, but literally probably only when I'm very tired. Because I've only ever had it once, and I think it was when I was tired.
So I've had, obviously, psychosis probably about 3 times,
Do you think that's psychosis?
Oh, no, not saying you're crazy, don't worry.
No, I just thought, oh, God.
No, so
when you said
this
that,
is
okay.
What I'm getting is I had it 3 times, and one of the time it was that bad that I was hallucinating and could hear talking. So this, at one time, somebody was talking to me in my head and telling me to like do stuff, or for example, I always use this as a perfect example. So I was on the bus once. Bear in mind I was in the deeper depression at this point and psychosis, and I didn't know. So I was sitting on the bus, and there was people at the back of the bus. Young people, I think, laughing, or I don't know. They were laughing their heads off and stuff. Then it all sort of went blur, and then this man started talking to me, but it was in my head, so not like you talking to me now. But it was clear as day, saying, they're laughing at you. So it wasn't just my inner monologue, this was somebody else. It was really bizarre, because your inner monologue is sort of you, isn't it, and just thoughts.
Yeah.
This was literally somebody saying to me, they're laughing at you. Can you hear them?
Because I was going to ask, like, what the difference is between you in a monologue and that, so it's a different person.
Yeah, so then I could hear it, their laughing got louder and louder, so I could pick on it, because basically, sometimes when you're depressed, you're hypersensitive, so I could hear, like, literally everything, and, like, it was going, you better get off the bus now, and all that, so I got off the bus because it told me to, and then it was, there you go, look, and they were all, like, driving past, and I was looking at the bus, and they were all looking, but none of them were even paying attention, they were just laughing obviously themselves, but this person in my head, but I don't know who it was a man's voice, it's very distinctive, because I've heard him a lot of times during my psychosis, and, like, I would hear stuff, I don't know what it was, but I'd physically hear things like you were talking to me in person. So, for example, when it started escalating, I always remember, this is another example, because these are the examples I've told like psychiatrists and stuff. So, like, I walked into the kitchen one night, this was my mum's house, and I shut the door, and I can remember it really perfectly, actually. My mum was standing at the hob. This is really weird, I can remember this, and she was stirring something, and I remember the lights in there, one was broke, so it was a bit dimmed, and I walked in. She was stirring, and then she goes, "Oh, fucking hate you, you bitch," like this. I just swore on her. Yeah, no, you get my point. This is what she said. So I turned round in full rage. I was, what did you say that for? Like, literally, she was like, "What are you on about?" And I said, "You're all out to get me, you are," like this, because I kept hearing things like this all the time. People were saying stuff, which I know now they actually wasn't, but I fully believed that they were speaking.
Scary, yeah.
And I was adamant that all these people were plotting against me, lying to me.
Nick, that's horrible.
And then because of that, it sends you more crazy. So I remember it was so vile. This was the first time I had psychosis and the worst time I had psychosis. It was really traumatic. And I used to, at one point as well, this is how weird it is, right? So I used to see this dog. It was very distinctive and it was really cute, and it was a puppy. And it was like black, brown, and really cute little thing. Anyway, I started seeing him when we were driving around, me and my boyfriend at the time. There were so many times I'd said to him, watch the dog. So he'd have to slam his brakes on. He was like, there's nothing there. I was like, how do you not see that? Like, do you know what I mean? So this was happening. But then the dog started to grow. So I started to see him get bigger over the time, and then he got more evil. So then his teeth was coming out and he was dripping of blood. That's how he was in there. So I could see him. Then I started to hear his breathing like that. Then the one day, this is the last day, my friend at the time turned around and said, I can't deal with this anymore, because I was out and I was proper like tripping on stuff. Bear in mind, they did think I was schizophrenic at this point. So I was hearing all this, whatever, like, and then I saw the dog at the end of the road and it started to run. I could hear bump, bump of it, and of that like that, and it jumped up me. And I felt it for the first time as it pushed like that, and I screamed saying, get off me. And my friend was like, what? Like this. And that was it. She just couldn't deal with it anymore. And basically, and it was going like that all the time. And I'd hear people say stuff that they didn't say, and it was as clear as day. And I was adamant that these people were all fucking tricking me.
Yeah.
Like, and it was sending me absolutely bonkers. And obviously, it was the kitchen incident that was the worst, because at that moment, I went crazy. I ended up getting a glass and smashed it on the floor. And like, I was like psycho. I remember having a go at my mum.
Did you have medication to finish that, or what?
Yeah, so obviously what happened is my mum was going, you need some help. I mean, she knew I was a bit tapped on and off. Obviously, just before that, that's where I went through a lot of, my dad left, and then I went through abuse with the person that I was with at the time. And we'd just split up and I got into a new relationship. So obviously, there was a lot of trauma there, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
And obviously I got assessed and I saw a psychologist a lot and things, and I told him, and basically he said I need to go on antipsychotic because they think I might be schizophrenic, but they said if the medication works and totally gets rid of it, then you're not schizophrenic. So I was put on all this spiridone and stuff like that. At the time I put a lot of weight on, didn't really help my depression. Was on antidepressants, some metazapine or something like that. So both, they were all really strong, like, and high doses as well. So I just used to conk out all the time because it used to knock me out. But it did get rid of the psychosis. The dog had vanished. And then a couple of times when I've sort of dipped back into it, I've seen the dog occasionally. But then obviously I've got my meds sorted straight away, and then it was helped. But it went on for months, this did. And I remember...
It's good now that you've got that trigger, though. When you see the dog, like, you know that's your trigger.
Yeah, it was really weird. So there was times at the time I was at college, and I'd be walking. I can remember it was in Tamworth, and I was walking through the shopping centre. There was a lot of kids there because I went to college and different things. And I remember walking through, bear in mind, hypersensitive, so my brain made me pick up on everyone's conversation that was negative. I heard, you know, when you see movies like that, you hear it, it was like that. But I had literally thoughts going, oh, fucking bitch. And I was like, yeah, they're a twat. And all these things, like, I was getting from people's conversations. That's and I just stopped in the middle of the shopping centre. Can't do this anymore. So that's when I left college, because I just couldn't cope with it. It was so bizarre. Bear in mind, this went on for a very long time, because I'd kept a lot of it in and I was just being a bit tapped. I used to see like lasers draw patterns on the wall and like bunny ears and like stuff like that. And I was adamant then I was seeing ghosts as well, because I did actually see things like this. So I believed they were real. And all sorts of madness like that. And obviously that's when I got diagnosed with major depression and psychosis. Obviously I had treatment and everything. It didn't help then, because I started like binge drinking and going out all the time, getting drunk. While I was on the medication as well. I do not recommend that at all, by the way. Yes, it was so bizarre. But like now I think back, so I know that the inner voice is just me now. Like, and I can tell the difference. But obviously back then I had this man talking to me. I don't know who the voice is, but if I heard it again, I'd know it.
Yeah.
And also then it was like I was hearing everything and then seeing the dog and hearing it. It's like it was just the way it was a cute little puppy, and it got worse as it got bigger.
That's
and
strange,
bigger
you know.
and eviler.
The human brain is...
It's just really
extraordinary.
bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously I've been in like situations where the psychosis has sort of started again, and I've seen things, and it hasn't got to the extreme. Or there's been times where I've disassociated a lot. So obviously back when I was I started to basically go off the rails again, and then obviously I got told I got borderline personality disorder. So that was stemmed from the trauma. All this time as well, I actually had PTSD and I didn't know, because everyone was just so fixated on my borderline.
Yeah.
And then over the years and things built up, then that's when I got my 3 diagnoses now. And it makes a lot of sense now with what I go through. And it was like typical, like the borderline would send me crazy. And because I got major depressive disorder, so that means like I'm pretty much miserable all the time, put it in a nutshell. So that is obviously a chemical imbalance in your head. So I'm on medication to keep that in line. But then also with my borderline, that can send me crazy. Like slightest thinking, boom, and I could switch into that. Like my moods are very erratic. It's just very difficult. And then the complex PTSD is where all the night terrors come, and then the flashbacks and all that. So you've got all that mixed in. And like when I've disassociated before, I've like trigger warning, like self-harmed, and I didn't even know I was doing it. I was totally out of it. Yeah. Apparently my husband walked in and I was sat on the toilet, just blood everywhere, cutting my wrists.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
So I didn't know. Then he took me to A&E and I was like begging him not to. I sat there for 10 hours. Got a crisis team out, and guess what crisis team said? Oh, you're all right, just go home now. Just relax.
Yeah.
Didn't help me.
And they put a lot of that down to attention seeking, don't they?
Yeah.
Not realising that there's deeper problem a lot
so
of the
they
time.
took me in there to have a calm down.
Yeah.
Basically. They just sat me there for 10 hours until I started to switch out of it.
Can I just say though, with all that Nic has going on like that, you wouldn't know it. Like, I don't ever see that side of her. Like when I'm here, I never see that. She's calm. She's got her shit together. Like, I never see that side of her.
Yeah.
I know of it, obviously, and I'm aware of it. So if it did ever happen, like I know.
Yeah. I think
it's not you.
They can say like girls can mask well. And,
yeah,
because I'm autistic as well. Apparently, I can mask that as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's different because I'm stable at the moment as well. That's another thing. Like, because I'm on all my medication, I have to take that. If I wasn't, then I wouldn't function. So it's not for everybody, but for me, it's kept me alive, and that's not an exaggeration. So after that incident, I had to go private, you see, and that's where I got my re-diagnoses, and then he thought I was autistic and all that jazz. But if it wasn't for that guy with that medication, I don't think I'd be sitting here today. And that's not an exaggeration. But that literally nipped it all into the bud, basically. Yeah. And I'm still on that medication today. Because I'd never used to sleep either, and I was just absolutely crazy. My borderline was just constantly... And I know they say with your borderline, there's no cure for it apart from therapy. Therapy's never helped me with my borderline.
Yeah.
And I've tried all sorts of different types of therapy. It works for some, but me personally, it hasn't. And, it's only medication that's kept me sane from switching. But that's when I can tell when the borderline kicks in, because it can still kick in even when I'm on the medication. So that's where you can tell the difference. If something's triggered, then I can switch. Like you'll find, like if you were here all day and night, and I was comfortable, I'd change about 50 personalities in a day.
Yeah. I'm
constantly like 1 minute I'm like something else. I don't want to talk about that because it's too private.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm literally like that.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre and then when you're here and other people, I can keep it calm.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre.
You saying about things switching though, I do kind of get that, because not on that level obviously, but when I'm not on contraception, when I wake up in the morning, my thoughts are not nice. Like, they're very dark. Like, I'm not happy, like you were saying, not happy at any of the time. Then at night time, I'll have a switch and I'm fine. And I always get scared to go to sleep because I know the next day I'm going to wake up miserable. And it's always like a switch in my head. About 4 o'clock, I'm fine. But when I'm on the pill, I'm a morning person.
That's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing what that does.
Strangely, I get depressed if I'm in bed any later than 10. And it doesn't switch off.
Really?
Yeah, it's very strange. But yeah, like, the pill helps my depression so much. And no one knew I was depressed. Like, I could tell people and they'd just be like, what am you depressed about? Do you know what I mean? Because obviously things are going well for me. Like,
yeah, but it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't, does
No.
it? Like, I was thinking, I can't control my thoughts, though. It doesn't matter that.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how many times I tell myself, like, come on, like, I'm a motivated person, genuinely. But if I'm not on the pill, I'm not.
That's really weird.
I'm completely
isn't it?
opposite.
See, that's the thing, you see. Like, saying something like that, I'm thinking, oh, could I have just had the pill? Then it would have saved all my problems. That's why I think. But then I think back to the time when I had the pill. I was actually told by a psychiatrist that I wasn't allowed to take it because when I had it, it would send me psychotic. Like, it'd make me crazy and wanted to be violent. It did. So I couldn't take it. And I tried the different types of the pill and I couldn't. However, now I'm in the menopause, which I have been, nearly 9 years, because obviously I had surgery. I've been on HRT ever since. That doesn't make me crazy.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think it only has estrogen in it, not progesterone. But I'm guessing, because I've got no estrogen in me at all, that when I have that, it's just putting back what I should have.
Yeah.
How weird is that? But when I had the pill, it was just estrogen only. It was estrogen and progesterone I think I was psychotic. I can remember the once going for the pharmacy, going crazy in the car. That's how mad it was. And then I stopped taking it.
Yeah.
That's another reason, though, because after I had my surgery... After I had my surgery, and I weren't on HRT, I actually went depressed.
It's so strange.
It's really weird. So I had to have the HRT because it picked me up.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm worried now, because I can't get it. Is that going to knock my mood again?
Yeah.
Or am I going to be okay? I don't know.
I think now, obviously, knowing what I know now, my depression does come from hormones. It is hormonal depression. Like, they're just not stable. But the pill helps stabilise it.
And if that works, you need it, don't you, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so fascinating though, isn't it?
It is. What started this conversation, by the way, was we were looking at that... Where's it gone?
I'll get it. Oh, God.
There's a blotch test. Have you ever done one of these? So I've never done one of these because I've never seen...
Inkblot.
Yeah, I've never seen a psychiatrist or anything, but... it's this Inkblot test.
So you might have seen I have used it in some of my videos before, because we used it in a video that we filmed for your channel.
Yeah. So we were looking at what we thought these things looked like, and our answers were so different. Like, I thought this looked like an angry dog or like a wolf with fangs here, and there's his eyes, there's his ears. Like, it looks like a wolf to me, but what did you say it looked like?
So I think it's like a bat or some kind of butterfly, like with its wings like really out. That's what it looks like to me.
Did not see that at all. That doesn't look like a butterfly to me.
And then you say what you saw on that one.
I can't remember now.
So
it looks different because I was looking for it from afar.
So to me, it looks like...
Oh, praying.
So you think they're praying, don't you?
Yeah, face, and then there's his arms, he's praying.
So they do, to me, it sort of looks like two people, but I feel like these are like bears.
I can see the bears now.
And I feel like they're bears with their arms in the air to each other.
Ah.
Like that, they just look like bears to me.
I do see that now.
But it also looks like...
This looks like a face to me, that's why I was thinking
But then praying. That and that looks like a face. So it's like, that's exactly it. They're bears with a human face. That's what I see.
Oh.
There you go.
I think this one looks like a...
You said ultrasound,
scan.
Didn't
Yeah,
you?
an ultrasound scan.
So, to me, this obviously looks like a bow. But It looks like... I just feel like there's two people just looking at each other. With a bow in the middle.
They look like penguins to me if we're going to go with two things. They look like penguins. But it does look like... When I first saw it, I just thought ultrasound scan.
And when I saw it, I just
And
think...
like the little heartbeat.
Oh, so I just think two people looking at each other. Okay, so I think he looks like Bigfoot, some kind of scary monster.
Yeah, it does look like some kind of scary monster. I agree with that one.
Yeah. Now, I think this looks like a bat.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that.
If you're following our Instagram, you may have already seen this.
Can't unsee a vagina. Let me show you. If this don't look like the thighs, flaps. Arsehole. I don't know what this bit is. Maybe the shadow of the belly, but this definitely looks like a vagina to me.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't unsee that.
It does, doesn't it?
Did you see anything else apart from that?
No.
Even this, if it was on its own, looks like a penis with wings.
Yeah. Yeah, it just
Well,
yeah.
always
It's
the
that
penis,
that
but not vagina.
that one looks sexual to me.
Yeah,
Of
it
sexual
does.
parts.
It does.
It does. Human parts, anyway. So this one.
Looks like rabbits.
So you think the rabbits, don't you?
Well, I said like a costume of rabbits. 'Cause-
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Whereas I think it's just like two people balancing,
People.
balancing on the leg.
Yeah. See, I thought like Gothic statues. I thought of them because like the wings and the ears, like Gothic statues, I thought of.
Yeah, I just think they're like balancing.
And rabbits.
People balancing, like dancing people. So that's people again.
This, to me, looks like a body, like chest muscles, spine, abdominal muscles, and then your hip and your
I don't see that
areas.
at all.
And arms, your muscles in your arms. Then your neck, your shoulder muscles on your neck.
So me, I think these are two dolphins, nose and nose. Yeah.
Don't see that.
Then
at
these
all.
here are a kind of animal. It might be a beaver or something like that. I don't know. Otter, I don't know. Some kind of animal like that looks like this. I can't think off the top of my head. Then I don't really know what I think of the rest of it, but these are dolphins and they're animals to me.
You know when you get a scan of the muscles, that's what it looks like to me. It just looks like the scan of your muscles. Like, when you've got all the...
So you think that looks like a spine, maybe?
Yeah, that's the spine at the back. But then, like, if you have
like
like a 3D muscle picture, then you've got your chest muscles
So
there.
it's like your pelvis.
Yeah, abs there, pelvis, arms,
So that's what you
shoulder
see.
muscles. Yeah, like I just see a body part.
Then we've got this one.
This reminds me of a cow skull.
So it does look like that. But
Breathing.
I also think it looks a bit like a dragon. And it's breathing fire, green fire. And that's like its tongue. And this is like obviously the dragon's head and stuff like that.
Very good. Yeah. I wonder what these lot are going to say about them all.
No. So then this one to me, we've got a dolphin again. Two dolphins. These are seahorses and these are jellyfish.
No, I can see the seahorses in the camera.
And that looks a bit like frog's legs.
I thought this was snakes, birds, a bikini, and wedding bells. That's what I saw.
How weird, isn't it? Because if you point it out, sometimes...
And crabs.
No, they look like crabs to me, the yellow bits.
Ah, see, they look more like crabs.
And that
to me.
reminds me of just a jellyfish, I don't know why. And that's the
it.
book. I'd like you to tell us what you see.
saw. Do you want to quickly flick through it again, just so
Yeah,
they
go
get
on
to
then,
see
you
it a
can
bit
do
slower? You can screenshot it then, and then you can see. Screen grab, perfect. Screen grab, perfect. Screen grab. I won't say that all the time. Big four. Not a bat in hell's chance. Tiny rabbits. Mussels. I'm obsessed with mussels. And cow. And bikini.
So, you actually did some Googling then?
I did actually. Where's my phone? Because then we can have a
And
look.
I found it really fascinating because I've never, even though I've used it a lot in my videos and sort of looked at it, I've never Googled what they mean. So, I mostly saw animals and people.
Let me just get it.
Obviously, I saw one that looked like a bit like a foof, but other than that.
Yeah. So, seeing only animals might suggest a preference for nature, a connection to animals and primal instinct. It can also be a reflection of the individual's personality, emotional state, or even a lack of other interpretations, whatever that means. There was an interesting part though, wasn't there, about people, and I can't find that now. About your relationship with people.
Yeah, because you searched about people, you couldn't find it at first, could you?
Yeah, so that was the other one, because you saw people as well, didn't you? So animals was primal instinct and nature. Seeing people might indicate a focus on social interactions, interpersonal relationships, or an overall positive outlook if the people are seen as friendly or happy. Are they seen as friendly or happy? Did you know?
Yeah, because they were like in love, weren't they, and dancing, yeah. So yeah.
Seeing people in ink blocks might suggest a strong need for connection and a focus on social interactions, which I thought was very interesting for Nic, because she does have a want to be social interactive, but it's her, obviously your mental health that prevents you from doing that. Yeah.
There was another...
So you have got the want to have the connection, but you just can't give yourself it. What was you going to say?
It was interesting. You said something about the animal one as well that resonated well. Can't remember what.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find, and I couldn't find it.
I know you mentioned about the primal instinct. I didn't really understand what that meant.
Yeah. So what I think, let's Google it because I don't want to mess that up. But what? Let me just see if I was right. Because I do have a tendency to doubt myself, and I would like to be right for this. Primal instincts are fundamental, innate behavioural patterns that are essential for survival. So yeah, it's like outside of what we've been taught in society. It's your instincts rather than societal behaviours. So yeah.
So I've not been influenced then?
I guess so. Or you react more instinctively rather than thinking about it first.
So what, impulsive?
Impulsive, yeah, that was it, wasn't it? It was,
and I am impulsive, very. And if I want it, it's like bam, kind of thing. Yeah, it was wanting your needs and being impulsive. So they're both very me, aren't they, I think. So what was your one?
So what did I see? Mainly body parts, wasn't it? Okay, so this is a common occurrence. So I'm not that... I do fit in there. It can be interpreted in many ways. Let's see. Body parts are the shape of a pattern. If a person sees a body part, it might be a link to their personal experiences, thoughts or feelings related to that body part. The part could be seen as symbolic representation of a deeper psychological issue or conflict. The specific body part seen and its characteristics, healthy or damaged, can potentially indicate the person's emotional state or relationship with their own body. Strange. I don't think I've got body dysmorphia or anything, but maybe
internally, deep within.
Yeah. I do work out a lot because I always get scared that my clothes aren't going to fit. So yeah, actually. I'm so unaware. I'm in denial. You know, the thing is, though, I keep clothes that like haven't fit me for years because I'm in denial, thinking I'm going to fit in them at one time.
Yeah, but this is what people with body dysmorphia don't always they know they've got a problem.
Yeah.
They worry about stuff.
Okay. The body part might be seen as a way to defend against difficult emotions or experiences. Well, that might be why I saw a chest, because obviously I'm protecting my little heart.
What about the foof then? For me, that could explain because I've had a hysterectomy. So that could make sense, but I wonder why it can link to you.
It's my identity.
What a foof?
I'm a female.
I just called her a vagina.
My identity, I'm a foof. What a funny word, foof. The specific body parts he needed. What else was that?
You did see a bit of a willy as well. Does that mean a bit of a dick? I'm joking.
I have been known to be. Yeah, the body part might be seen as a way to defend against difficult emotions or experiences. But why would my vagina have a negative experience or a positive one? Don't know why I saw the vagina. Everyone saw a vagina there. I ain't got no issue there. Everyone saw that.
Say, it just looks like it,
the chest, I suppose, is questionable. But I think I saw the chest first because I go to a gym. There's got an e-gym, and they always they do an exam on your body, and it shows you in muscle. So I think I'm just used to seeing muscle like that.
But that just looks like one, doesn't it? To me,
it looks like she's got her legs spread wide.
Spread, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's like
and that's
bum area, cheeks, and I bet that loads of people in the comments know. Oh, I didn't see that.
And I wonder what they see.
God, we look like nutters.
I wonder what they see. I'm trying to think if I could see anything else. I mean, maybe a butterfly there, because just that little bit there. Like, there's little eyes there. But then this doesn't look like a butterfly. Now, all I can see is an upside down vagina.
Yeah, that's all we can say.
Yeah. I don't know what this is, mind. A dragonfly. But it does, even that looks like phallic.
What's a phallic? Why did you say that then?
Because it's a politer word.
I don't even know what it meant.
It's an artist's way of saying it. I think.
Looks like the willy's flying out the foot.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe that could be like a baby, like escaping.
Yes. Oh, we're over-analysing. Love it.
Yeah, don't they? Look at willy flying out the sperm. You know what I mean? No, we are looking deep now.
I know.
It's funny, isn't it, how you look at something.
I love how we've stayed on the vagina picture more than the rest of
it says a lot, doesn't it?
Examining the vagina picture.
Oh, goodness. So it's really interesting though, isn't it?
No, it is. Yeah. What else did we see? That was it, wasn't it? Body parts.
What about the wedding bells? I wonder if anyone sees that before. Because that just looks like dolphin.
I don't know how you've seen dolphins. Wedding bells in... What is it called again?
Inkblot.
Inkblot.
See? Dolphin, seahorse. That looks like a bit like a monkey as well on the side, look.
Seeing wedding bells could be interpreted in various ways depending on an individual's personal history, relationship status and current emotional state. It could be related to wedding plans, if someone is planning a wedding, or in a relationship that may lead to a marriage. You know, just recently, Nathan's brother proposed to his wife, his girlfriend, rather. So maybe that's why I saw wedding bells straight away. It's on my mind. That's strange, isn't it?
What about bikini? Because you've been on holiday. Because we've mentioned holiday a lot today.
Maybe.
But don't you think that looks like a monkey?
No.
How do you not think it's a monkey?
How do you think... It looks like a praying mantis, if anything.
Because it looks like the monkey's head and the arms. And it's like...
No, I don't see that at all.
Look, it's a bloody monkey, look.
No. While wedding bells often symbolise joy, happiness and commitment, seeing them could indicate a desire for those emotions. Okay, well...
I'm going to have to dig deeper after this podcast.
Oh, but the darker side of it, because obviously there's always a darker side of it. The unconscious themes, the imagery could also represent unconscious desires of fear related to love, commitment and family.
You're not committed.
Nah, I think no. Right, okay, that's it then.
Interesting. Let us know.
We didn't do bikini, but it's definitely because we've been on holiday.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it a lot today.
I'm sure the AI would say,
you've been on holiday.
There's no connection.
We'll have to. I'm going to Google all this later and actually go and Google it all.
Oh.
Let us know in the comments what you saw.
Yeah, if you saw muscles like me, or are you not body obsessed? I must be body obsessed.
You must be.
Must be, and I never knew.
And I know I'm a bit of an animal lover, but didn't realise it was that much.
I'm sad that I haven't seen more animals. I'm an animal lover.
Yeah. Yeah, but then if it goes down to instincts,
yeah,
maybe I'm just too impulsive.
Oh, that was very fun. So,
awesome.
yeah. This podcast isn't as long because we've just been working and we thought it would just be a nice little fun thing to do, like to just introduce ourselves back because it's been a while. We got busy. My bed broke. I'm getting that fixed. Yeah, broke my bed.
Don't know what you were doing.
I know. Well, nothing to do with my vagina.
Look at me.
No, it's an old bed and it just come apart. So, and I'm also having my kitchen done, so it's going to be a bit hectic. And you've had some things going on too.
Oh, there's a lot going on, isn't there? Yes, it's been a little bit. I know I spoke about it when I've done my TikTok lives, but most of you probably haven't seen it. But I'll tell you in a nutshell. So we're not going to Florida anymore. Cut long story short, I can't get in due to mental health reasons. Long story, but it just is what it is. Which is a bit of a shame, but it's probably worked out for the best. So I'm feeling better for it now because there's a lot of little things that have happened that is so to me it was a reason why I couldn't go in.
Yeah.
But basically, I mean, I could have gone in if I've tried, but there's still that chance, and then I would have had to pay all the money in June.
Yeah.
And then if they still declined it after the proper visa assessment, then I wasted all that money. So the person who was going to have our animals, so she was going to move in, her son at the time was he got diagnosed with cancer. He's been having chemo. She was still all right to move in and that because they don't live together. He's like as an older person. But she's recently found something going on with her heart. Don't know what yet. So that would have been a lot on her moving in without all my animals. Then Max, my dog, golden retriever, is very needy and like he gets a lot of separation anxiety and he's totally obsessed with me. It's ridiculous. Like if I'm away or if I've been working out in the salon or something, he won't eat his dinner. He mopes for me and it's just really sad. And if I leave him in the house and say we've all gone out, he's constantly howling. So we don't tend to leave him anywhere. You know, when I went to the spa, because I went on a spa break instead of going to Florida, so I had a bit of a rest. And then he just wouldn't eat. And he ended up having sickness diarrhoea because of it, bless him. So then he was sick on my carpet in my bedroom. So now I've got to replace the carpet because I can't get rid of the smell. So while we were there, I thought, let's change a few of the carpets in the house because where the cats have clawed, so I'm changing it to wood flooring, which is better for us, but another expense I didn't want. But, you know, but I thought it was worked out better to just get it all done.
Life be life in.
You know what I mean? So then...
God, I love being an adult.
Oh, God. And then after that... So I was worrying me because I was worried about Max anyway, like leaving him for 2 weeks. And I just feared that he wouldn't have vet or anything and he would have been really poorly. And to top all that off then, my husband's nan got kind of knocked over by my husband's parents' dog. And she ended up falling over and fracturing her hip. So she got taken to hospital, and the day after she had to have surgery. So she's been in hospital the last few weeks, and she's just moved to like a rehab centre to get her used to it. So it looks like she's got to move in with her son, my husband's dad. And so they, because we're not going to Florida now, they were going to come. They bought a house now big enough to fit her in. How weird's that? They bought that house before she fell over as well. So it was just... It's a lot more bedrooms.
Yeah.
And then my dog Toby, he's hasn't been great with his hips. He's 10 now, and he gets, if we do a lot of exercise, if we go like to my husband's parents, because I've got lots of land, you know, he'll be stiff and he doesn't walk and things. And a few months ago when we went out, he got really excited and tried to jump into my husband's car. I ended up yelping his head off and he hurt his like leg or whatever. So we spoke to the vets and they just see how it goes, probably a sprain. If he starts to get better, then it will be just a sprain. So he did start to get better, and then we even went back to the in-laws at one point. And he seemed to be okay, a bit achy, but he's still a bit limpy on and off. But even before that incident, he was very limping and stuff. That's why I think it was his hips. But anyway, the other day, he started just basically couldn't jump up anywhere, couldn't walk upstairs and stuff like that. And he's been in pain, dragging his bum and all that. So we took him to the vets the other day. She assessed all his leg and whatever. So she thinks he may have something with his hips, something underlying him. But they think he's ruptured the curate muscle, which is down by the knee. So he's lost all his muscle mass, and a couple of the symptoms that he's got basically match up with that issue. So she is hoping it's only partially torn. But if it's properly torn, then he's going to have surgery. And it's cost an absolute fortune as well. And I don't want to put him through all that. And then he's on pain relief at the moment. And we have to keep picking him up everywhere. And the other day we took him to the vets because he weren't going to the toilet because he couldn't hold himself up. So it's not best pleased. So all that's gone on. So I feel like that's why we've not going to Florida. I feel like it's been for the best.
One of them, yeah.
And I was annoyed at first and a bit upset about it, but actually I was relieved because I'm saving so much money.
Yeah.
And now obviously things with the dog and
sometimes it's just meant to be.
Yeah, and I just sat there and thought, actually, do you know what? I feel less stressed. I was so worked up about going and so stressed about everything that now, as soon as I was told I weren't going, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. So I feel like it was the best thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not bothered about it at all now. And I feel like everything happens for a reason. And life is lifing.
It is. Nathan snapped his Achilles tendon.
I know.
That was like 7 weeks ago. So he goes back to work next week. It's mad though because he hasn't had much like advice or anything. He's kind of expected to just come out of the boot and then go to work in a shoe, and I don't understand. So like this week he's sort of practicing walking in a shoe.
Has he had physio?
Not yet.
See, that's really
his
weird.
His physio isn't until mid-June, so he's already back at work before his physio starts.
There's no point in physio then.
Makes no sense.
That's what I said about, like, I know she's elderly, but in a different area, so that could play into it. But like, she had surgery the next day, and it was a fracture. Put a plate in, I think, and like she's been having physio like every day since, and they've moved her to a rehab centre, and they're getting her to walk up and do tasks like she's living on her own, like do the kettle and stuff. So she's getting, I think it's absolutely fantastic, I really do, and doing little tasks like that as well as physio, and they're getting her to a point where she's capable of being on her own and walking around, so they can release her. However, they don't want her using stairs, so.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Which I find it a bit weird that he's just kind of been left to his own accord.
Yeah. He had like an appointment with a physio, but literally all he said is, "Oh, you've still got the boot on. I can't do nothing." So that was it. Also, I keep getting distracted. I really like your earrings.
Oh, thank you very much.
I keep getting distracted by them while you're talking. I'm just focusing on your earrings and not what you're saying.
So my son actually bought me these.
They're so pretty.
He bought them for my birthday in Jan.
They're very unusual because they've got like a shadow, but the shadow is more gems, isn't it?
Yeah, so he bought
like
them.
The double.
He chose them and bought them.
They're very pretty. I like them.
Yeah. So thanks, son. Can you see?
Very pretty.
Beauts, aren't they?
They're like 3D. Very nice. So yeah.
So yeah, that's what's been happening. Also open Be Brave ASMR Spa.
Yeah, and how's that going?
So you obviously helped me on
I
opening
helped with the
day,
opening
which is
day.
amazing.
It was great.
And I think I've been there 4 times now, due in a few weeks. And, you know, it's going all right. I've had, you know, each day I've had at least 4
Good.
people in, 4 or 5. You know, a couple of no-shows, a couple of cancellations and things like that. But things like that are expected.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, you know, I'm offering all sorts of ASMR experiences, and you can have it filmed or you can choose not to. It's totally up to you. But if you are filmed, you'll be featured on my YouTube channel, Be Brave Be You ASMR, and over my social media platforms. So I'm just offering things like sensory experiences, you know, hand and foot ones. You've got like full body, sound therapy, colour analysis, skin assessments, you name it. If you check out my website, which is bebraveasmrspa.co.uk, there was loads of information there, and you can book directly and even buy gift vouchers. And if you do have any questions, you can email me, or you can literally just message me on Instagram. And if you just search Be Brave ASMR Spa, then the business page will come up. Make sure you follow, and I can answer any of your questions, and I can get you booked in. You get to meet me, have a picture if you want, have a hug if you want. Then I carry out the ASMR experience, and that's it really. So it'd be lovely to meet you. So if you'd like to book.
Proud of you.
You know, so we'll see. It's not meant to be, I haven't gone into it thinking long term,
Yeah.
because of obviously my health.
No, I think you're doing amazing though.
I mean, my mental health is one. It could.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I've managed to do this without having any anxiety so far. Touch wood.
Yes. She's been doing well.
Because I could never do anything normally.
Yeah.
But also my physical health. So after I've been in the salon, you know, I'm dead.
I bet.
Like my fibro is up like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
I don't know how these people do it like, all the time. Like, I physically couldn't do that. I'm literally in agony. I get bad head. My neck swells up. All my pain in my areas like that. So I couldn't be a full-time thing. But I just don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'm taking each month as it comes. Originally I thought September time, but I'm thinking I've opened up till December.
Yeah.
And then I'll see what happens, because I might not get many more bookings, or I might get a couple, and it's just really hard marketing it really. But it is based in Shrewsbury in Shropshire, so if you are local or fancy travelling and things like that, then, or if you're a content creator as well and want to reach out to me, then you can do that. But you know, I'm not sitting here thinking, this time next year I might not be doing it.
Oh, don't think like that, Nick.
No, but
You're doing so well.
No, but I don't mean that in a negative, because when I'm
just wanted to do it as for
yeah,
fun.
so when I stop doing it, I'll be happy that I've stopped.
Yeah.
I'm not putting pressure on myself.
Yeah, good.
Because like, it's not my job, is it? It's just a sideline to my job.
Yeah.
And also, if you're having it filmed, which most people do, you're going to be on my channel. It's extra content.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put that much pressure on myself.
I get that.
So it's going to be, let's see how it goes, month by month, and then if I feel like, do you know what, I've had enough now.
Yeah. Oh, I get that.
And
of course.
stuff like, but a lot. I'm being honest. This time next year, I might not be doing it purely because I don't want to.
Yeah.
So be that kind of thing.
So get in now, because it might be one of those things
that's
that
what I mean.
she doesn't do anymore.
And then people are like, oh, I want to book, and then they've left it.
Yeah.
And then it's too late. Because obviously once I've come away from the salon, I'm away from the salon then.
Yeah.
So like, if you do want to get in, book in this year if you can.
It's like selling tickets at an arena. Book in now.
Yeah, but it is true though, because I know there's a lot of people that said they do want to meet me. So don't wait.
Yeah.
Just crack on, because like, I'm being genuinely serious. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing it for.
Of course.
And that's not just a marketing ploy. I'm genuinely being serious.
Yeah, no,
so
I get that. No, I understand. Yeah.
But other than that, you know,
and
things
you do
are good.
Things while it's fun, don't you? And
because I enjoy it. I want to enjoy it, you know, and enjoy meeting people. And I don't want to go in it as a chore, thinking, oh, because that's why I didn't work in a salon.
Yeah.
But I'm working for myself, and obviously I've designed my treatments myself, because a lot of people keep asking, am I qualified? Yes, I am. So I'm fully qualified, experienced, trained, and all that jazz. So I know what I'm doing, and I've learnt a lot along the way as well.
Yeah.
You know, designing my own treatments, I've added things in and just different things like that. So it's quite fun. I'm enjoying it.
I mean, Nic improved my skincare like last year compared to now. Hasn't my skin improved?
Yeah.
And it's only because of Nic, really, and her
So-
knowledge that has done that. So she's good at what she does. She knows what she's doing.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm happy with everything we discussed. Are
It's
you?
really nice to speak to you all again. Like, it just feels like it's been such a long time, so it was really nice to get back to it. And I hope you've enjoyed listening to us rant and ramble.
Yeah, and hopefully we can continue doing more poddies.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see you next month.
Yeah, but if you do have any questions, guys, as well, pop them in the comments and we can
Please.
answer them on the next one.
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay, wonderful.
Bye.
You take care. Bye.